Zeno slowly walked down the street of Alile. As she got to the casket shop, she stopped and gently walked into the shop. Madam, how can I help you? The casket seller asked. Please, I need to get a casket. Okay. What is the size of the person that died? The casket seller said, because I need to know the size to be able to show you samples. My size, Zeno replied. Ma, I don't understand. The person that died, is it your exact size? Yes, I need a coffin that would contain me. What? The seller was shocked to say the least. Madam, caskets are for the dead, not the living. I know. I just want something that would be used for me when I pass. Egba mi o. Madam, I beg, leave my shop. Zeno pleaded with the seller, telling him that she only wanted to pay instrumentally, as she knows that no one will get one for her when she eventually passes. Reluctantly, the seller agreed and gave Zeno the price for it. Once upon a time in a village, Alele, there lived Elo Zeno, the wife of Ochuko, the man she married when she was 18 years old. She bore Ochuko three beautiful children, two boys aged 6 and 8, and a very beautiful daughter, 3 years old. Zeno was a very hardworking lady and would work herself out. Most times, she took full responsibilities of the finances in the house. She took responsibility of the feeding, the house rent, the children's fees, and miscellaneous. While Ochuko, her husband, would stay idle all day, doing nothing. When he finally leaves the house, he was most times spotted in Mama Ajibi's beer parlor, where he would drink himself to stupor. To make things worse, he would drink and refuse to pay. On several occasions, Mama Ajibi tried collecting his debt from him, but he would refuse. One day, Mama Ajibi went straight to Ochuko's house. Ochuko, pay me my money, useless man. On sighting Mama Ajibi, Ochuko ran inside the house and hid there. Ochuko, pay me my money, useless man, she shouted to the hearing of everyone. You have been owing me and refused to pay me, she thundered. Zeno was outside the house while Mama Ajibi screamed out to the top of her voice. Out of shame, Zeno went inside the house and brought out the money she had been saving and gave it to Mama Ajibi. Thank you, Mama Ajibi said as she hissed and went her way. However, that did not deter Ochuko from going back to the beer parlor to get himself drunk. On several occasions, Ochuko would come to the house drunk and very late at night. One day, he knocked at the door severally. Zeno was fast asleep. She suddenly woke up when she realized her husband was knocking the door. She quickly ran and opened the door. You are a very stupid woman, Ochuko said, landing her a very hot slap. How dare you lock me outside my house? But I thought. What did you thought, useless woman? He interrupted her. Zeno held her face as she walked to the room crying. The last time he hit her was 6 months ago, and she thought Ochuko had changed. But no, she was wrong after all. Zeno questioned herself where she had got it all wrong in her marriage, because she had shown Ochuko, her husband, nothing but love, patience, care, forgiveness, kindness. But all she got was resentment, hatred, and abuse. Zeno finally came to terms with her reality, as all she was going through was her fate, as she would pick herself up and hustle harder for the family against all odds, she thought to herself. All seems to be going well for Zeno until one day, as she went about her daily business, she collapsed and was rushed to the hospital by strangers. When she finally regained consciousness, the doctor informed her that she had stage 2 cancer and that she had just a few more years to live. Zeno could not believe her ears and could not comprehend the information at first. When she finally did, tears was her only companion. But the news did not deter Zeno from working hard, as she knows that her children would starve. Her children will starve and go hungry if she does not, at least for now that she's still alive, fend for the family. On some days, she would not be able to go out as she would be weak beyond her control. She would seldomly go to the hospital for her check. In all of this, Ochuko, her husband, was not sensitive enough to know that his wife was gradually fading away. Zeno was able to pay 2 installments at the casket shop and was remaining 2 more to pay it completely. Zeno created more bonding time for her children as she would tell them stories, play with them, and tell them how much God loves them. On several occasions, Zeno tried begging Ochuko to get something doing to be able to fend for the family, but all fell on deaf ears as he would often say, "Zeno, is there work anywhere, or do you have office where I can work?" "No, you don't? So leave me alone until I find a befitting job," he would say. As time went by, Zeno stopped asking Ochuko to get a job as she focused more on her small business. One day, as usual, Zeno went about her business when an unknown car almost ran over her. "Oh, oh, oh, I am very sorry," the car owner hurriedly came out of the car. "I did not see you coming. I am sorry. Please forgive me," the woman begged Zeno as she took Zeno in her car and offered to take her home. But on her way home, she decided to take Zeno to join her for lunch. "My name is Awele. I stay around here. Do you mind joining me for lunch?" Awele offered. "No, ma, I am fine." Awele insisted and Zeno joined her in the car. On getting to Awele's house, Zeno was mesmerized by how beautiful the place was. She wondered how a fellow woman like her was able to amass such wealth to herself. "Madam, your house is so beautiful," Zeno said. "Thank you," Awele responded. Zeno sat at the sitting room, staring at the beautiful decorations and the work of art. Afterwards, lunch was served as Zeno joined Madam Awele at the dining table. The way she rushed the food really got Awele concerned, and she knew that Zeno was definitely underfed. After the meal, Zeno thanked her. "Thank you, ma, for the food. I really enjoyed it." "Thank you. God bless you so much." "You are welcome," Awele replied. Awele ensured that she carried Zeno and dropped her at her place. On getting home, Zeno's children ran and hugged Zeno when they saw their mother coming out from a very beautiful car. "Mommy, welcome, mommy, welcome," they chorused. Awele looked at the sight and was moved as she hugged the children also. She dashed them some money as she bid them goodbye. It was the first time that Zeno was away from the stress of life in her 10 years of marriage. Her children were really happy. "Mommy, see what the auntie gave us," showing the money Awele had dashed them. Just like most African mothers, Zeno said, "Give me the money. Let me save it for you guys." They joyfully handed over the money to Zeno. Zeno was happy because at least she would have something to cook with, as she hurriedly went to the market and got foodstuff for the family. Zeno went for her checkup in the hospital, and the doctor told her how badly her health was deteriorating. All she did was look at the doctor and smile. The doctor was left in a state of confusion, as usually patients would fight, get angry, or even cry. But no, that was not the case of Zeno. Madam, did you hear what I just said? The doctor repeated again, making sure that Zeno actually heard what he had said. Yes, doctor, I heard all you've said, Zeno replied. Okay, the doctor slowly said. Zeno, leaving the hospital, went straight to the casket shop to check how the work was progressing. From there, she went home. Getting home, she lay down all through as her children were with her friend. Ochuko opened the door and saw Zeno sleeping. Zeno, where is my food? He asked angrily. I I I was unable to prepare anything. So, this woman, you want to kill me with hunger, right? No, I am just very tired. In all of this, Ochuko was not concerned about how Zeno was looking because her physical appearance has changed drastically. She had reduced so much that even strangers and neighbors wondered what was wrong with her. Some even summoned courage to ask her what the problem was. One morning, Zeno went straight to Awele's house early in the morning. Awele was pleased to see her again and welcomed her with open arms. Zeno complained to Awele how things are not really working well for her husband and that her husband Ochuko is a very hardworking man. Does he know how to drive? Awele asked. Oh yes, he does. Would he mind being my driver? Yes, I think so. In fact, I know so. Zeno knelt down, thanking Awele for her kind gestures as she left her place. She informed Ochuko on getting home about the job position for a driver. So, you want me to be a driver? Ochuko asked angrily. Yes, the pay is very good. The woman is very rich and she's a very nice person. How much are they going to pay? Ochuko interrupted. 90,000. 90,000. Wow, that's a very big money for a driver. When am I resuming? He said on hearing the salary. I will take you to the woman tomorrow, Zeno replied. Ochuko and Zeno went to Madame Awele's house early in the morning the next day. Meet my husband, Ochuko, Zeno said. Okay, sit down. Madame Awele invited Zeno to her room while Ochuko sat down in the sitting room. Are you sure this man is your husband and he is very hardworking? Yes, of course. Madam, he is my husband. I know him very well. Trust me, he is a very hardworking man. In fact, you will enjoy his service. He is very hardworking. He is a very responsible man. He takes good care of me. He takes good care of the children. He is a very responsible husband and father. Seriously, but he doesn't look it. No, madam, I am giving you my word. He is a very hardworking man. Okay, if you say so, I would employ him, Madam Awele said as they both went back to the sitting room. Ochuku, on the other hand, wondered what they were discussing and, as usual, talked of how he would beat Zeno up if he dares to spoil the juicy job opportunity staring right at him. He tried to move closer to the door to eavesdrop, but he could barely hear anything they were discussing. He slowly went back to his seat when Zeno and Madame Awele joined him in the parlor. Awele moved closer to him and said, Congratulations, you are to resume first thing tomorrow morning. Ochuko jumped up excitedly as he heard the news. You are to resume by 9 a.m. Okay, madam, Ochuko replied. On their way back from Madam Awele's house, Ochuko tried to inquire from Zeno what they were both discussing. Nothing serious, Zeno said. Are you sure? He said. Yes, I am. Zeno knew that Madam Awele was unmarried and very rich, so she thought of ways Madam Awele could be of help to the family. If only I can get Madam Awele to fall in love with my husband, she thought to herself. She stood up and went straight to Madam Awele's house, who had been asking after her for a while now. Zeno, you came visiting? She said, excited. I've been asking of you from your husband. She said, I am very fine, madam, Zeno replied. As they spoke, Ochuko came in, tried to interrupt them. Madam, I have parked the car where you told me to. Okay, that's fine, Awele said. Ochuko was not comfortable seeing Zeno, his wife, and Madam Awele discussing. He left their presence and hid behind the door to hear what the two were discussing. As he left, Madam Awele and Zeno continued their conversation. Madam, you will not believe it oh. This my husband is a very kind man oh. If you see the way he treats me like a queen he even bought me very beautiful gifts with the little he has, and I pray God to keep blessing him so that he can do more. Wow, that's nice. You are a very lucky woman, Madam Awele said. At least you people are not rich, but you have yourself together and you are happy. That is a very good thing. See me, with all my riches, there is no husband, no children. Madam Awele was almost in tears as she said those words. Ochuko, who has been eavesdropping on their conversation, was surprised to hear how Zeno was praising him in front of Madam Awele because he knew that he was nothing close to kind to his wife. When Ochuko closed from work, he immediately went home to interrogate Zeno. Madam Lai, what are you even trying to do exactly? Why all those lies? Zeno looked at him and smiled as she said, I know what I am doing. I want Madam Awele to fall in love with you, useless woman. I know it. You are a very foolish woman, Ochuko said. Which woman would in her right senses want her husband to fall in love with another woman? You are a very useless woman. Ochuko hissed and left her presence. It only took 2 weeks before Madam Awele gradually started having feelings for Ochuko. She would steal glances at him while lost in thought. While at it on several occasions, Ochuko caught her stealing glances at him. One day, after the close of the day, she told Ochuko to stay a little longer to keep her company. She prepared food for him as they watched a movie together. Before Ochuko could realize, Madam Awele almost kissed him. Ochuko quickly stood up and left the house. On getting home, he saw Zeno lying down helplessly. Zeno, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Why are you looking so pale? This was the first time Ochuko noticed that Zeno was actually sick. But I just want to tell you, Madam Lai, that your useless plan is working. You see that Madam Awele? She almost kissed me today. Oh. Really? Zeno said slowly. Yes, I ran because I don't know if that woman wants to use me for money ritual. Zeno smiled faintly while he said those words. But Zeno, are you okay? Ochuko inquired. What is wrong with you, Zeno? Cancer. I have cancer. At the mention of cancer, Ochuko started sweating profusely, started fanning himself with his hands. He ran towards Zeno. Zeno, tell me it is a lie. I have cancer. I will die soon, Zeno said faintly. Zeno, you will not die. I can't afford to lose you. Ochuko hugged her and started crying. No, just tell me it's a lie. Zeno, please tell me it's a lie. You're joking. Zeno brought out an envelope containing the diagnosis results. I am sorry, Zeno. You are sick. How come I never knew? I am sorry. Zeno, I need you more than ever. Zeno, who will take care of the children? Madam Awele, Zeno said. Ochuko was shocked to hear that from her. I want you to marry Awele and take the children along with you. I don't want my children to suffer. I don't want them to lack. I know Awele is very rich. She's a very compassionate woman. And I know that she will be able to take care of my children for me. It all made sense to Ochuko, what Zeno was trying to do all along. Zeno, you know I'm a very bad husband and I am a very bad father. I don't deserve you, Zeno. I don't even deserve Awele. Please stay with me. I would change for you. I just want you. I want to be with you. I truly love you. I am sorry for all the wrong I have done to you. As he spoke, Zeno passed out. She only opened her eyes in the hospital. Ochuko had slept throughout the night on the hospital floor, hoping and waiting for her to wake up. Madam Awele had rushed to the hospital on hearing the news of Zeno's sickness. She really felt pity for Zeno. She stayed a while and Ochuku saw her off to her car when she left. When Ochuku returned back, Zeno said, "Promise me you will marry her." "Who?" Ochuku asked. "Awele, of course." "Promise me you would marry her and be a better husband, a good man, a good father to the children. Ochuku, I want you to love and care for her and the children like you have never done. I want you to take a new leave. Just promise me." Ochuku broke down in tears. "I promise you, but I need you more than ever. I want you to stay with me." Ochuko looked at Zeno. Her eyes were closed as she took her last breath. Thank you for watching today's episode. Do you think Zeno's plan will work? Lessons learned so far. Remember to always treat people right. You don't know what you have until you eventually lose it. Value what you have. Say no to domestic violence. Always treat your spouse right. Subscribe to this channel for updates of the story. Subscribe to this channel for more interesting African folk tales. Like and share this video to your loved ones. Tell me what you've learned so far in the comment section. Until I come your way again, for now, from me, it is bye.